Jen, not exactly. We're not talking about any proverbial white smoke here. As you mentioned, it was a meeting, but from what I could tell, it was not necessarily a meeting of the minds. Lines were drawn in the sand here. These two parties sat around the same table. They talked about the same issue, and they got stuck on the same part of the issue. We're talking about tolls. If Democrats are going to pass a transportation bill, they may have to do it solely within their own party. The question is, do they have the votes? Democrats say that their newly revised plan, which we should mention is only a concept at this point, would now generate $280 million in revenue. They say $180 million of that would come from tolling revenue. It would also use excess money from the rainy day fund and spread the federal loan repayments out over 35 years. Their plan would also bring back a transportation oversight board. Democratic leaders said that they are open to a constitutional amendment to codify that only trucks would be tolled and not eventually move to all vehicles.
I'm here to solve problems, not to study problems. Let's start with trucks only.
Anything up to a constitutional amendment. You can move forward with that. That's a plan. That's not preying on the residents' fears. That's not saying there's more to come. That's saying we are tolling trucks.
Unfortunately, they seem very much myopic in their view of having tolls of some way, shape, or form. And in this particular conversation, it was still trucks.
The confidence that it is going to remain a truck toll is very low because people don't trust government, because we make promises, the legislature's made promises and haven't kept them in the past.
Now, the Republicans have their own plan. It involves dipping into the rainy day fund. The governor said he doesn't want to do that. Republicans told me they don't believe that tolling trucks would work. They want to know how a truck would be defined in legislation as well. Republicans are demanding wholesale structural changes to the Special Transportation Fund. And we should mention trucks-only tolling is already happening in the state of Rhode Island. It is currently bringing in revenue there, but it is also locked in a legal battle within the court system, a battle that would likely come here if this legislation gets through in Connecticut. As for a timetable, it is not exactly clear when an actual piece of legislation that people could vote on would be drafted, and with the holidays just around the corner, getting anything done before the end of the year and before the next legislative session in February would be very difficult. For now, we are live in front of the governor's mansion in Hartford. Matt Caron, Fox 61 News.